Survival Lesson 8.1 from the Life of Pi and Poetry Collection. Now, please remember that Lesson 8 is a long lesson because I combined the Life of Pi with the Poetry Collection. This assignment is worth 70 points, so please be careful. Okay, so let's look at Survival Lesson 8.1 from the Life of Pi and the Poetry Collection. Let's look at the close read questions for the Life of Pi. Okay, question number 1. Analyze tone. Give details in the paragraph that reveal tone, the author's attitude towards his subject and his audience. B. Describe the tone of Pi's remarks and explain what impression it conveys of Pi, and why does Martel include these details about Pi? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the textbook and we're going to look at paragraph 1. Okay, so remember that you can use your in-class textbook or you can use the online textbook. Okay, so let's look at chapter 61, paragraph 1. The next morning, I was too wet and I was feeling strong. I thought this was remarkable considering the strain I was under and how little I had eaten in the last several days. Okay, so let's see. Alrighty. Okay, so one of the things that I highlighted was I was too wet and I was feeling strong, considering the strain I was under and how little I had eaten in the last several days. So this right here, I highlighted those words because they give me details about the author's attitude towards his subject. Now, how does Martel feel about Pi here? Well, Pi's account of his morning is delivered in a calm and matter-of-fact tone. Um, he conveys the impression that Pi is a practical young man who's dealing with a situation without fear or distaste. And let's look at C. Why did Martel include these details about Pi? He has a very calm tone that suggests he will cope with what comes his way and that he will do whatever is necessary to feed himself and, crucially, the tiger. Okay? All right, so let's look at question number 2, analyze conflict. Give details in paragraph 5 that refer to Pi's involvement in a conflict. Why does Martel show how Pi's fight for survival becomes an exasperating conflict with a slippery opponent? C. What type of conflict does Martel show here to create suspense? Okay, so let's look at paragraph 5. I had none. The whole shoe disappeared bit by bit. Slightly tug on the line by slight tug on the line. Happy freeloading fish by happy freeloading fish. Bare hook by bare hook. Until I was left with only the rubber sole and the shoelace. When the shoelace provided an unconvincing earthworm, out of sheer exasperation, I tried the sole, all of it. It was not a good idea. I felt a slight promising tug, and then the line was unexpectedly light. All I pulled in was line. I had lost the whole tackle. Okay, so I highlighted those words here, happy freeloading fish by happy freeloading fish, until I was left with only the rubber sole and the shoelace, and I had lost the whole tackle. Okay, I highlighted those words because what is happening there is Martel is dragging out the details of Pi's attempt. Fish by fish, hook by hook. Martel makes the reader more and more eager to find out if Pi is ever going to outmaneuver these happy freeloading fish. And the conflict. Okay, the conflict is man versus nature and man versus himself. Okay, so the conflict here is between Pi and the fish. He's relying on his survival. The tone is humorous. It is unlikely that the happy freeloading fish would have acknowledged any conflict. By adding these details, the author shows that Pi's battle for survival will be fought on many fronts. There are enemies and potential enemies everywhere. Okay, students, so remember when you close read something in this classroom, you look specifically at the paragraph that I tell you to look at, but to take the entire story as a whole in context when you read it. Now, if you need to go back and look at the comprehension notes, please go back and look at the comprehension notes. I want you to please finish all of the close read questions for the Life of Pi. It should take you about 40 minutes. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.